we'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is a cloudy morning. It actually may rain today, but what a perfect day to maybe get up on the ladder and do some work up top. You know, we have a whole bunch more of roof work to do, and it's been so hot lately, and Kagan and I are just getting over being sick. I'm marginal. We'll see how much strength I have once I get started, but she's down to just doing waters and stuff like that. She's still not fully up and about, but I'm thinking that it would be really nice to get this hallway done, because I'm gonna get away from this rooster. Gonna make a push and try and get a whole bunch more enclosures done. We need to get past this part on the property, because this hanging over my head is there's a lot going on. There's a whole lot going on, and not just in like this part of my life, but my personal life too. And I've tried really hard to separate that from the channel, but at points, like it's you know what, it's cloudy enough, I could take the hat off. It gets a little muddled. You guys know that I'm working really hard to do this channel, and you know, the content's been a little here and there, like less animals and more construction, and I just don't have enough free time, because the construction of this takes up so much time, and the basic taking care of animals takes up so much time, that I'm not giving you guys as much of the fun content that the channel deserves. And for that, the channel altogether is suffering. We've lost a lot of the momentum. I mean, you guys know that, let's see, about a year ago now, my divorce was finalized. And in that marriage, I helped support my ex-wife, built a business together and stuff like that. And in that divorce in the state of Florida, I would have had rights to that business. But all I wanted to do was just get away, get on with my life, and be happy again. And you guys have commented and said that on the channel. You see like a big difference in the way I feel and stuff, but we're still going through stuff. So in that divorce, I did not fight for any percentage of that business, which I was entitled to. I just let her have it. But all I wanted was a nominal post-marital support amount for, I think it was 22 months. And when I say nominal, it's less than 50% of what I was entitled to, just enough to get by. Animal sales would supplement that, and I could do this and then break free and be done. And now she's fighting to take that away, which means I might have to stop construction and go clock in somewhere. And then I'm not going to have time to devote to this channel. So this all may come crumbling down, and it's insanely stressful. So maybe while this court case is going on, one last strong push to at least get all the concrete done, get as far as I can with the enclosures, because if I go clock in somewhere, I may only have Sunday every week to go work on stuff. You know, I worked really hard to get to where I was at in my life, and you know, nothing is guaranteed. As I'm talking to you, I'm filling up of water and probably flooding an enclosure. Oh, not quite full. There you go. Good things are happening with the animals. Blackbeard and, or I'm sorry, not Blackbeard, Onyx and Jane have been mating. Pretty consistent. Diamond looks like she's gonna lay eggs from Shrek 2.0 at Tyler's property, and the Cape Banded Whitethroats have been mating pretty consistently. So that's really good. We could really use those babies. That would really help out if we can get good eggs from those females. So we'll see what happens there. But all right, so there's all the personal life stuff. So if I'm gonna make this big push, we're coming into the hottest part of the year. Right now, it's like the hottest and driest. So it's hot. We don't have that humidity after the rain right now. So that actually will be worse when that happens. But I have this roll of screen, which I don't think I've unstrapped yet. What I can do is go through that screen. I believe I need 21 pieces to do the 3 layers thick. This cage on the end gets its own 3 pieces, 3 pieces in between those 2, 3 pieces in between these 2, 3 pieces in between these 2. Hopefully I'm showing it properly. And this one already has its half a piece. So it'd be nice to buy the pallets of concrete, knock out all the floors, put the dividers where each cage ends, and get the 6 to 8 inches of dirt in there, and then do the next one, next one, next one, next one, next one, pour the end wall. And it would be really nice to do that in the shade, which means finishing the roofs. We're currently shooting a video about finishing this enclosure, but I think I need to finish this large one as well ASAP. There's going to be another video announcement about some other animals. Horrible timing, but amazing opportunity. Yeah, we need to just keep plugging forward. So what I'm going to do, I'll measure these out, but I think they're the same as the other ones. They're either 72 inches long or 75 inches long. On the hallway, I could go for, you know, these screen panels have been ripped off the other enclosures at the other property. So there could be some bad areas. Well, here's a perfect example. This one has a bad area. It could be straightened out. It could be used on the hallway. Or it can be used, I think on the end, there's a trimmed panel. So I could like lay this out and figure out, I have another big roll of that roof stuff, and finish the hallway and start working on finishing these other roofs. This video is going to be the hallway, because just getting shade there is going to be a massive amount of relief for us. And then we could pour this threshold, and we won't have an airlock until every door in this hallway is done. But just getting the hallway in the shade will give us a lot of relief when working. And then the dogs, because right now we've been working and the dogs have been trying to hang out near us, and they've been just dying of heat, and we've been trying not to let them into this hallway, which is closed off, because Kagan's dogs are so small. They like get around your feet, and something bad could happen possibly. But yeah, look, there's the one female, and there's Frosty. He's walking up to her. They both look good. She's real chunky. And then we named this other white throat Glacier. So our other Cape Banded, and his female is up here right now. She's also quite chunky. While I'm talking to you on the phone, one of our, you remember we just did that video about removing the flaps and how some animals are now visible. And this is the Guru Sulphur male. I'm gonna try and film him through the screen without, this is one of our run and hide animals. Kagan said she's gonna start working on him tongue feedings, and maybe even as soon as today she'll try. And oh look, I mean there's Sunny. Sunny is out. Sunny's always hiding. I think we just missed Sunny's cycle, which really stinks. But would have been nice to put her with my black dragon. We'll try for that next time around. We're very close. The Bivitatus male is out, and both sulfur females are out. And there's more information on all that that's coming up. Let me start sorting out the screen and we'll get started. All right, guys, it's the next day, and I have all the screen piled up that I'm gonna need to do the floor drainage, and I have all the screen cut and laid out to do the entire hallway roof so we can get some shade on it. Now we have a perfect cloudy day. We got a little bit of rain yesterday afternoon that slowed us down, and we're gonna be able to get some shade on this hallway, well, for the next sunny day. Perfect day to be doing this, really. So I'm gonna get up there while it's not hot and start hanging some of this. All right, I just got back from a quick break, and I've got 3 panels done down the hallway. I did have to stop and handle some stuff inside real quick, some adulting things, bills and such. But I'm back out here. I just needed a break from the heat, and you know, a lot of the animals are coming out. I want to show you guys Onyx. He's digesting a large meal. Everybody got hit with a pretty significant meal yesterday, and I did mention that him and Jane were breeding daily, but look at the gut. He's got a lot of food to process. I'm not going to upset him, but I will get these food trays out of the way. So he's up there digesting his food. I'll leave him alone, but all the animals are out and enjoying the sunshine. Yeah, I know we started the day off with shade, but it's gone. So I'm gonna get back to it. All right, we're down to the last 3 panels. So we're plugging away down the hallway. The last 3 panels are there, and I already pulled out the shade cloth, as well as the I think 1¼ inch screws, and those large fender washers that I'm using. Yeah, and a ratchet strap to bundle up the remaining screen panels that we're going to use on the floors in the enclosures, so that way they can be put aside and out of the way. I think what I'm going to do is race and get these enclosures done first. I think that's going to solve my space problem that I need right away, and then I can finish the concrete wall at the end of that and introduce the water to that hallway and get that done. And then as soon as I can get all the doors done on that hallway, then we can seal up that hallway, put the rear door on, put the rocks in it, and have that as a functioning airlock, even though these remaining cages still won't be done yet. I think if we get those done, then the next step is the chickens and rabbits. So it'd be nice in the next 1.5 to 2 weeks to finish these enclosures, wall done, plumbing, and then on to the next, because I think we need to finish that to get to the plumbing over here. And then I think at that point I can bury the plumbing deep enough to get it over to the chickens and stuff, because we need I think there's 2 zones for the irrigation system that we can overflow the water for all the animals in that row, and also the high pressure line for rinsing and cleaning and things such as that. So I believe that's three of the lines. Oh, 3? Oh yeah, so one of these will be for the irrigation line to do the drip system for these 2 rows. 2 of the other ones are the zones, and that's the high pressure line. So we just can then, this is just tacked on. Once I bury it off, it's not even glued on. It's just to keep it from getting dirt in it. I'm gonna get those last panels done, and then we're gonna start hanging the shade. I believe at that point we'll have Kagan out here. I'm trying to get some sun on my face, but every time I take the hat off, the sun comes out, and then I put the hat on, and then it gets shady. So I don't know. If I had a fake hat, then it'd be shady all day. So I'll get Kagan out here, and she'll film putting the shade cloth on.
All right, so he has gotten these panels up in the middle of the hallway here, and he's now going to pull out the shade cloth and unroll it. It's going to be a big help to have this whole thing stretched down.
Well, it needs to be rolled up, because I'm going to start, and then I have to unroll it down the roof. So like right now it's like, I think they've got it like folded up on itself 4 different ways. So really doesn't work out well. It's easier rolled up. Then I'm gonna have to start, tack one end, pull it all the way to the other end, and stretch it out, because I think this company sells it in like 4-inch increments. So I think this is like 50 foot 4 inches or something. I mean, it's pretty exact. And it has to overlap that edge by 1.5 inches. So I mean, it has to be right. So I have to if I mess up stretching it or don't stretch it enough between a 2-foot section, I could totally mess up the whole thing.
Like a fruit roll-up.
What flavor would this be?
Licorice.
Ooh, that's not a fruit. Well, God, don't they take the anisette oil from the plant itself? I had those plants in the front of my house at the other property. I think that the old owners had a lot of plants that had medicinal value. Oof. There's not a lot of stretch. Okay. See how close we can get it.
Hi, Pete. Pete. And Evie's.
Wow, can you feel the heat radiating off of this black?
Yeah.
All right,
I don't know if you'd be able to see it on camera or not, but I can see it like distorted from the heat too, just the way it looks.
So that always is a question for me. Why does Forrest sun so many more hours than some of the lighter animals when he's jet black? And then how did the other male black dragon that didn't sun that much digest and process his food as well? And I mean, I would think that the darker animal, one, either lived in a lush jungle area where it could hide in the shadows or something like that better, or it lived somewhere colder where it had to attract more heat, or it only had a very small amount of time to attract that heat or something.
Yeah.
But he suns all day long.
Maybe it's,
and never shows signs of overheating.
Is it sprinkling right now? It is. There's just a little bit of a sprinkling.
We need rain. We need rain.
It may also just be the animal's personal preference too on what they like more, because I know that with some of my snakes, some of them prefer to be on the hot end constantly, and then another of the same species will say, I want to be a little bit cooler and hang out on the cool end most of the time.
I'm looking at the other panel to see what I did on the other hallway. I don't know why I feel like I have to do it exactly the same, but that's me.
Are you a good helper, Pete? Say, yeah, I'm a best helper.
Just don't come off the ladder and forget he's there. I totally get you.
He's helping steady the ladder for me.
All right. So I will probably set this down at the end as far as you can get your ladder over, and then I'll just get up here and roll this the best I can. I don't have the screen to set everything on as I go like I would have in the other hallway.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little scarier because the screen really ties everything together, and usually I'm doing the hallway after the roof is done and the screen is there, the middle supports are there, and the 3/4 inch wood strips are tying it all together. None of that is there right now. So it is definitely scarier to walk on all this. So I'll do my best to not fall through, and we'll get it to the end and get it stretched out.
All right, so we're doing our balancing act up on the roof right now, and Jerry is getting that shade cloth rolled down. He has really mastered the art of so carefully balancing his feet on these beams.
And I'm afraid of heights, remember? This is really fun for me. All right, so I could see where it's catching on certain areas, so it's maybe really fun to stretch out.
Man, I'm glad that the clouds were kind enough to cover the sun for us.
Yeah, to do it with my hat off. Now the hat's just trapping heat in, and it's now the hottest thing.
Today, the sun has been coming out, going away, and every time Jerry puts his hat on, the clouds cover up the sun. Every time he takes his hat off, the sun comes out.
I mean, that pretty much sums everything up, really, right now. All right, so this shows you that's how much it has to be stretched out. I do need to go to you to get the screw gun so I can set the screw gun and the screws and washers over there.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got to stretch that all the way to the end. I need the screws and washers.
Oh. Well, then we will be back. All right, so we got this thing stretched out to the very, very end. Made sure that there weren't any snags in it. And now he is making sure it's attached down there at the very end.
It had to stretch about 4 feet.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
It looks pretty cool from on top of the cages.
Yeah. Oh.
I like your sound effects.
I love this. I don't think I can get it off of that. You may have to go and unhook that baby.
All right, I've got a job to do. All right, so he's working on, we got that one little snag out and he got both ends connected down there. We only have a set amount of washers to actually go through and connect this all. So at some point, we're gonna have to pause and run to the store.
Lunch break.
Lunch break and grab a couple more.
I'm not complaining about that. Can you tell me how good it feels in the hallway?
Because it feels pretty toasty up here.
Yeah, the heat is just radiating off of this, of course. I'd love to know what it looks like down there all the way. There's still quite a few washers in there. We'll probably get half of this done, I bet you.
Well, let's get an opinion from our experts down here. Evie and Pete, does the hallway feel good? They're both hanging out down here, so
I bet.
I think that means yes.
Oh, Bubs, yeah, the hallway's good.
Oh man, there is a big difference
Yeah,
in how it feels.
a game changer. What's the difference going to be when we're doing the work and finishing these cages?
Yeah.
Last summer I didn't have this to do those other cages. This time finishing the roof shade cloth first, it's gonna make all the difference in the world. This heat it's unbearable. It's different than the heat. I mean, I know it's an hour drive to the other house, but we're probably only 30 minutes north, 40 minutes north. because on the drive we have to jog west and then back east to get to the other property. It's a big difference in temperature, in cold and heat.
I was gonna say, I know you had mentioned the nights are cooler here, even though it's pretty close.
Yeah, the nights seem, I mean, they're staying cooler. I'll do a couple more here and then jump back to that other side. Now, once I walk on it a couple times, it'll get easier to see where the cross beams are. Right now, it's hard to remember where they are. I'll have to use my noggin. Why is that funny? That was very funny, Kagan. I don't know why. Jerry using his brain is funny. Okay.
Oh.
This wears me out. Now I'm balancing on like a 1x2.
Yeah. It's a good leg workout. Like, while you finish up putting these last few in here, I might go feed some eggs to some lizards.
Remember, they just got a big meal yesterday, so.
I doubt Lily will turn down an egg.
I didn't feed her too heavy.
We're gonna go find out. So I am over here at, this isn't normally Frosty's enclosure. This is normally this female whitethroat's enclosure, but the door is opened and these two have been pairing. And I absolutely love this, this pair. Frosty here is one of my favorite animals. I know I say that about a lot of them, but he's definitely one of my favorites here. He's a Cape-banded whitethroat, and the amount of white he's got, he's still partially in shed, but you can see there on the bottom of his tail just how good he looks when he sheds out completely. Now, he did eat very recently. Let's get rid of this cobweb. Yesterday, actually. We're gonna see if he wants a little egg with his spa day. You want an egg, Frosties? He's like, I don't know. I'm pretty, having a nice time just lounging. Oh, yeah. That's nice. That's a good boy. Nope, I don't think he's interested in the egg. But man, he is cool. So I was gonna go see Lily real quick, but we've got Pinky right here at the front of the door, and I figured might as well see if she wants a little eggie. What do you think, Miss Lily? Oh, you'd rather come out, huh? Oh, you're gonna break the egg, Lilies. This wasn't an invitation to come hang out. You want to eat it right there? Say, no, I want to come hang out in the hallway. I'd rather come hang out in the hallway. You think, Pinks? Would you rather one of those eggs instead? That's going to be so funny if she ends up eating one of those. Oh, nope. She just wants to explore. I just want to explore. Miss Pinkies. Oh, there's the good girls. There's the good girls. Yep. Whoop. Point of view. Alright, let's check on Lily. So, I realized that in that last clip, I started off calling Pinky, Pinky, changed her name to Lily, and then went back to calling her Pinky. You'll have to forgive me. I'm sure, as Jerry mentioned earlier, he and I are both getting over having the flu or we were sick for a minute and didn't feel well, and I'm just kind of getting back on my feet, and my head is not all there yet, so.
Sorry, Pinky. I called you Lily for a second.
Now we're gonna go see the actual Lily. Oh, are you gonna come say hellos? Are you gonna come say hellos? Look at you covered in mud, girl.
You've been digging.
We just had a little bit of rain between when we took a break for lunch and now, and it looks like Lily's been, I almost did it again. Looks like Pinky has been taking advantage and having a little bit of a mud spa day. Oh my goodness. I should be back to normal in just a few days. Oh, are you hungry for the egg now? Oh, she says maybe it's time for my lunch break too. All right, Pinky. Oh, look at her go. I picked out the smallest egg for you, Pinky. I absolutely love watching them eat eggs. Are you gonna give up that easy? You're not gonna give up that easy. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, I'll let her figure that out. She'll probably come back and eat it at some point. Alright, now we're at Lily's enclosure, and my favorite thing about Lily is how excited she seems to get for eggs. So she is in her hide box. Right there. Lily, you want an egg? Huh? Come on, Lilies. Come on, Lilies. I see you moving. Come on, Lilies. That's a pretty girl. Oh my goodness. Come on, babies. She never turns down the opportunity for an egg, huh? Lily, you want an eggies? There you go. Now, the rain we just had a little bit of water in here. You're gonna have puddles to pull your egg out of if you're not careful, Miss Lily. She's got to do her classic throw the egg technique to crack it. See, now you're pulling it out of the water, you silly girl. It's so funny how exact and calculated she is about how she wants to break this egg. Oh, now you found the wall.
Look how pretty you look in the sunlight. Look how pretty you are in the sunlight, Miss Lilies. Ooh, there's the crunch. That's a good technique. Holding it and bashing it. Oh yeah, that was a good one. All right, I'm gonna leave this next one there for you. And we are gonna go check on Jerry. All right, so I noticed that Ivy was out, and I was gonna see if Miss Ivy wanted an egg or not. How you doing, Miss Ivies? I love that you've been in the sun so much lately. You want an eggie? Would you like an egg? Does that look good? She's like, I don't know. You have a camera in my face. I might be more interested in the camera than the egg. She also did eat yesterday too, so she just might not be interested. But man, she sure does look good. Oh, look at that lazy tail. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll leave you alone with your egg. Enjoy. All right, I came back over to check in with Jerry, and he put in some work.
There was one screw we skipped when we went to go get the more washers and stuff at Home Depot.
Yeah.
So I had to run back over here and get this last one. That's the last one. It's done.
It is.
You could see how much it has to stretch for those screws. And it was really weird. Before it rained, so it rained when we went to lunch at Home Depot. And I mean, it was still hard to stretch, but it was twice as hard to stretch after it rained on it. Maybe it cooled it off.
Oh,
My
yeah.
hand is so hard from stretching that last section there. Always not wider, it's the same width. Or maybe they sewed it a little off.
I don't know.
Ugh,
Maybe.
we'll never know. But the holes are there now, and that's the holes we'll use for till the end of this enclosure. We'll take these off every winter and put them back on every spring. So what?
Just this point of view is funny.
Yeah. On top of the world. So I think there's just a couple more screen panels that we can finish up with this video. One, two short ones to finish this enclosure over there.
He's pointing over there.
And then we have an end panel for the play area that we never hung up because we had an extension cord running through there.
Yes.
To provide heat to Bubba and Miko.
Yep.
So that's done. And I have a scrap screen panel that worked out. I'll have to trim it once it's up there. But it'd be amazing to knock those two out and wrap up this day.
All right, let's jump on it then. All right, I'm actually back in Ivy's enclosure right now, and I have something else to offer her. See if she wants it. Well, let me see. What's gonna be the best way to show it to you, girl? Can I just show it in front of you? Maybe he smells it? Oh yeah, so that's way better than an egg, huh? No. You wouldn't want this, Miss Ivy. She's like, I don't want you here. All right, well, how about this? We'll leave it down here for you. And I bet that will be gone by the end of the day. All right, well, I am once again getting a little distracted by some really cool animals that are out, and I'm gonna be really gentle about approaching this guy because I don't want him to panic. But this is the wild-caught black dragon male,
And I'm gonna just leave him an egg. Right there. My goodness, you are such a big guy. He is so awesome looking. See if I can get a little shot of him from behind. Oh, look at the belly on you! Oh my goodness! The belly on you, sir! What's crazy is Jerry says that you eat less than the others, huh? You eat a little less than everybody else, and you've still got all that girth on you. What do you think, bud? No tongue flicks. He says, I'm just gonna stay really, really still until you go away. Alright, don't want to stress him out too much. He'll probably snack on that egg a little later. So there's the wild-caught black dragon male on the other side of this enclosure, but I went to check on this girl, and I was looking around for her, and I was looking around, she's not in her hide, nowhere on the screen, but sometimes you just gotta look a little bit closer. She found herself a nice cozy spot between the water bowl and her hide box. Sorry, the water bowl and the wall. Can we see it in there? Oh, a little bit. All right, so the last panel on the play area is up.
Last on this side. I think
Last on this side.
We still have the ones under the shade cloth to do later, but
Yeah.
and we still need to do the wood strips on it, but felt good just getting, that one was just open because of an extension cord.
Yeah.
And when I figured out all the screen for everything else, I found this panel in there that worked perfect here. We had to trim about 10 inches off the side, but it's done. Done. Good deal. Now we don't have to worry about, there's really nowhere that a hawk can now fly into here.
Right.
And that'll hold us over for the 2 weeks getting that other stuff done, and then we fully start on getting everything proper for these birds. So want to go look at the other panel?
Yeah.
And see what we did in that hallway. The dogs are watching over us.
Come on, dogs.
Miko. Miko was watching us.
Miko. Right, Pete? Supervisor.
The hallway is stinking amazing. That is like the most satisfying thing. Creating shade. Now we're filming this video separately, finishing this enclosure to move Diamond over here with a lay box. She's currently digging. She may be laying eggs. We're not 100% sure, but we do know that Onyx, I keep getting confused over Onyx and Blackbeard. I cannot. No, I got Jane. Jane's my longest owned lizard here. Onyx is the one. I keep wanting to say Blackbeard.
Hey, we're both getting names wrong today.
But we need to give them the other enclosure so Jane can start digging and continue her egg production. If she doesn't feel comfortable, she's gonna quit. So if we can get this done, take the pressure off, that'll be amazing. That is a separate video that we're working on right now. But moving forward, we're gonna finish this row. We've already started moving things out of the area, so some of the upcoming videos are gonna be finishing enclosures. There are 4 surprise animals that are coming. And if you can hear by Kagan's excitement, they're pretty awesome. So I think that's it for today. It's late, we need to take the trash out and make dinner. And then wake up tomorrow and do it again. Thanks for joining us, guys. Until next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you soon.